Hi, it's me again. Sorry. I thought I was done posting videos about this, but apparently not. This is twofold. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who donated to the GoFundMe yesterday. Already, it has empowered me to put money towards my first copay in January for Radicava, one of the three FDA-approved medications to slow ALS progression. And also, it is going to fund my trip to be screened for a clinical trial that I am very interested in. So thank you so much. Already genuinely life-changing, and it's just been a day. Okay, thank you for that. Secondly, I've been getting a lot of messages from all over, like as far away as Germany and Japan, people who have ALS or their caretakers asking how I managed to get diagnosed so quickly. I've mentioned in other videos I was diagnosed in 3 months from symptom onset, where the average is 8 to 12 months. And I've talked to people who waited years, which is unfathomable. But every expression of ALS is different, and the severity of the symptoms. I couldn't have waited that long physically, but sometimes the progression is slower and you might have a little more time before it becomes something you know needs to be addressed. And there are many variables and factors that are sort of baked into a given situation if you suddenly start getting these weird symptoms. Do you have free healthcare? Do you have insurance? Do you have the financial means to attend a bunch of appointments and pay for a bunch of tests? Do you have physical, geographic access to specialists and doctors? There's so much that we can't control when this type of situation hits us. So I can't speak to how to overcome that. I can only tell you about what I did in my situation. And rather than go into an exhaustive timeline of my diagnosis story, I'll just tell you what I did to accelerate things. Firstly, every appointment I got was at least a month away, which was too long. I had one appointment that was a year away. That isn't possible when you have these types of symptoms and the speed of the progression. So I would call doctor's appointments and for tests, MRIs and such, every day, asking if they had a cancellation. I was already on wait lists. Not once did a wait list work out, but almost every time by calling every day, at one point they'd be like, oh, we had a cancellation in 2 days. Do you want it? So that tactic, while not particularly sophisticated or ingenious, really helped compress the timeline for me and helped me get diagnosed sooner. The first doctor I saw also didn't take me seriously. He was an affable, very likable guy, but there was like a lack of urgency and he didn't really think anything was wrong with me. Even after multiple tests, well, the test had no concerning signs, but in ALS, that actually puts you closer to a diagnosis because you're hoping to find something treatable on a brain MRI, like even a treatable brain tumor, because that might explain your symptoms as opposed to ALS. But after multiple tests and my symptoms worsening, he continued to say I was fine. So I switched doctors. I'm gonna get my iPad and show you something. I just wanna show you, the blue boxes are my medical appointments. That was October. And this was November. Medical appointments and tests. It was all medical appointments and tests that month and 2 haircuts. So I switched doctors in November, and my first appointment with the new doctor, after a physical examination, checking my reflex, the clonus in my ankles, which I don't even know how to tell you what that is, it's so weird. He said, I'm very concerned that you have ALS. He scheduled an EMG for me. This would be my second EMG. And that was on November 20th. And it was chaotic, the EMG. And it was highly indicative of ALS. So taking everything together, all my tests, my labs, my physical examinations, the next day, November 21st, he diagnosed me with ALS. So that was only about 3 months from my first symptom of the twitching. Very uncommon. So this has given me the ability to be physically mobile enough and still have the ability to literally speak, because ALS will affect your ability to speak and swallow, so that I can continue to travel, seek treatment, seek clinical trials and speak on videos like this for as long as possible, and hopefully for a long, long time. So that's the extremely summarized version of that. I hope you can draw something from that. But again, I know every situation is different, and I might have been in another set of circumstances and couldn't have been diagnosed so quickly. So much of this is out of our control. But the small factors that are in our control, we should really try to maximize them and mitigate how long this can take. Thank you.